What are you doing on Tuesday the 26th of September 2023? Because myself and Francesca Amber are coming to the Barbican Hall in London. Our event is called One Night Stand, and this one night event is all going to be about manifestation, crystal healing, and ridding your limiting beliefs to help you achieve your goals. We've curated an immersive experience that will leave you feeling inspired and empowered. Throughout the evening as well, we'll also have interactive exercises, we'll have empowering discussions, and the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals on a similar journey towards personal growth and manifestation. There'll even be an opportunity for you to ask questions as well. This event is your chance to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and unleash your inner greatness. It's time to release those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back and step into your true potential. And if you want to come on your own, by all means do that. Single tickets are available and seating is totally unreserved, so you can even meet up with your spiritual friends and sit with them as well. Head to @CannyCrystals on Instagram and click the link in my bio. Tickets are limited, so secure your spot and be part of this transformative experience. Don't miss out on the chance to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. We can't wait to see you there. Hi everyone, oh my god, Merry Christmas. Can you believe I've got some little like jingle bells on my soundtrack? It's class. Can you believe that this time next week it'll be Christmas Eve? How mad. I hope you're all sorted with presents and wrapping and stuff. I went to the Metro Centre on Monday to finish off my Christmas shopping. It's like a big indoor shopping centre opposite where I live. And it was actually quite sad, though, to see all the high street shops have either been closed down during the pandemic or the units were just sat empty. Some of them have been even turned into, like, Winterland grottos and things like that with reindeers and Santa. But it's just kind of turned into a huge shopping mall filled with restaurants now. It's really sad. Anyway, I managed to finish my Christmas shopping off, but now I just have it all to bloody wrap, which is the absolute worst, in my opinion. I would rather lick Prince Charles's toenails than spend my night wrapping presents. It's just awful. But yeah, anyway. When I went shopping, I didn't really have a clue or any ideas of what to get anyone. And usually I'm really, really prepared, like I've said in past episodes. And I just thought I'd let the shops inspire me as I went round. And I ended up spending an absolute arm and a leg, an absolute bomb as per usual. I just love treating my friends and family and seeing them happy. And I just love to give, if I'm honest. I'm a bit of a people pleaser. Right, so if you remember in last week's episode as well, I mentioned about Adam, one of my PTs, who was doing a bit of fundraising for a homeless family charity in our area. And he was also doing a clothes collection at the gym too. So I went through my wardrobes. I managed to fill 3 of them, you know, them giant charity bags that come through your door every now and again. They tell you that to leave them outside on a certain day and then nobody even comes to bloody collect them. But yeah, I filled them 3 bags up, and just like in past episodes where I talked about making space to manifest more, I felt good in myself as I popped them into this charity box, and I really thank the universe for allowing me to gift them clothes on to others to allow them to help those in need, basically. And a couple of days after that, Adam told me that because I'd been a member of the gym for over a year, they were going to give me a free gym t-shirt. And obviously I was really grateful for this, and I think that because I felt good for the clothes that I'd given away, I was actually given this t-shirt, which is kind of the universe's way of giving back to me. I know I've spoke about this in previous episodes. I am a firm believer of this. And a couple of other law of attraction style things that have happened to me this week as well. They might just be small things, but I'm still grateful. But I was meditating the other day to attempt to manifest a bit of Christmas money, like before I'd gone shopping. And a couple of hours later, I got 2 emails. And one was from Top Cashback. It's like it is a cashback site. I don't know how else to explain it. You basically like sign up and say you wanted to go, I don't know, do some shopping at... Why does Woolworths keep popping into my head? I'm going to say Woolworths, even though Woolworths isn't a thing in the UK anymore. Say I was going to buy something at Woolworths. Don't know why. But if you go through Top Cashback, they might give you like 5% cashback for whatever you spend. So if you spend 100 quid, they'll give you a fiver back. It's just a really, really good website. But anyway, I got an email off them saying that I'd just had over £100 in my account on there. And I totally forgot about that because obviously it just mounts up as you spend online and things like that. So that was a nice surprise. And then the other email was from Nectar, which is like it's like a club card thing for Sainsbury's. And they had like emailed me to basically say I had £47 on my Nectar card. And I don't know how, because I haven't used it for years. And I mean years. I don't even like have an actual copy of it. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise as well. So I've spent, well, I had, sorry, just over £150 that I was unaware of. So that all went towards Christmas presents for others. But it's just nice that I was able to buy a few more extra presents for people with it. It was really, really nice. Anyway, onwards and upwards with this episode. So, as per usual, I've been bombarded with messages this week, and a lot of these messages have been health related this week, which is a bit unusual, but I think especially because of this new Omicron variant of the COVID-19 disease that's going around, people are obviously concerned about their health and what it means for the future. So I thought I'd centre this episode around manifesting health. How to get a place of good health, how to keep yourself free from disease, all by using the power of your mind and the law of attraction. Now, I think I need to take some of my own advice here, because if you remember, I think it was like the Halloween episode when it was like the end of October. I went to Alton Towers and I was stood around in the rain and the freezing cold, 90 miles an hour winds, stuff like that. So I've had a cold. Well, it's not really a cold, and it's not COVID, don't worry. It's just like a really sore throat, and I've had that since the back end of October, and it's just starting to go away now, but it's been sat in the back of my throat. So yeah, I feel very nasally and congested, so I think I need to listen to my own advice here. But anyway, I think I mentioned in an episode a while back about the placebo effect, for example. So just to put things into perspective, a placebo is basically something that has the same or even a greater effect than the medication that it's supposed to be designed for that particular condition. So, for instance, if I had a severe migraine or headache, and I was given basically a little sugar pill placebo without knowing, the power of my mind is the biggest factor in the healing of my migraine. So by assuming that what I've taken is going to cure me, it actually does. So that's the placebo effect. So when someone truly believes that their tablets are a cure, they'll obviously receive what they believe, and they will be cured from their illness. And this is why most of the time, like, alternative therapies and alternative medicine works. Because if it's believed in, then it will work. So some people even go as far as saying this about crystals. Like, I know there's no scientific evidence and stuff like that about crystals, but saying that they only work because you believe that they're going to work, I don't know, like, I believe that they work anyway, but if that's your belief and that works for you and that's why the crystals work for you, go for it. But I'm not saying go home and meditate cancer away by any means, like, not by a long shot. Like, healing through the mind and the law of attraction can both work in harmony with medicine, but it's in no way a substitute for clinically proven medicine. So if pain is involved, the medicine can help get rid of the pain, which would then allow you to focus on perfect health and bringing this to you, basically. So there are thousands of different diseases and diagnoses out there that ultimately, they're the result of stress. So when you put enough stress on your body, you basically become overrun with illness, and your body will allow that disease to take over. All stress begins with negative thought. And once you get that negative thought into your head, more and more will come until that stress is actually manifested within your life. The effect of all this stress, well, the root cause of it all is negative thought, if you think about it. So no matter what disease or illness is in your life, you can counteract this with positive thought and positive action. Now, we know by this point that love helps to dissolve negativity from our lives, as cheesy and as cliche as this sounds, but love and gratitude can conquer anything. So I'm going to read an excerpt now from a book that I've been reading lately about manifesting. And there's a bit in there about manifesting good health, and there's a really moving story about laughter being the best medicine for positivity. So the story's from Kathy Goodman, and it reads, where is it? So she reads, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I truly believe in my heart, with my strong faith, that I was already healed. Every day I would tell myself, thank you for my healing. On and on and on I went every single day, thank you for my healing. I believed in my heart that I was healed, and I saw myself daily as though cancer was never ever in my body. One of the things I did to heal was to watch very funny movies, and that's all I would do. Just sit there and laugh and laugh and laugh. We couldn't afford to put any stress at all into my life because we knew that stress was one of the worst things that you can do whilst you're trying to heal yourself. From the time that I was diagnosed to the time that I was healed was approximately 3 months, and that was without any form of radiotherapy or chemotherapy. Now, obviously, that story from Kathy demonstrates the power of her gratitude that enabled her to heal, her faith to receive that healing, and the sheer power of laughter, joy, and happiness to dissolve that disease from within the body. Disease can't live inside a body that's in a healthy emotional state. It defies law. Your body is casting off millions upon millions of cells every second of your life. Think about it, right? So you'll fall down, you'll scrape your knee. Your body automatically fixes this over time and grows your skin back together without you having to even think about that at all. You might get a bacterial infection. Your immune system comes and takes care of that bacteria for you, and it heals you up itself. Now, it's been proven by science that the cells in our body are literally replaced day on day. Some parts can take months, don't get us wrong. Some can take even years. But ultimately, within a few years, we basically are living inside of a brand new body. So bearing that in mind, how can degeneration or illness remain present in our bodies for years? The only way that that's possible is through thought, by observation of and giving attention to an illness itself. Yeah? So you have to switch up your mind to give thoughts of only perfection. Now, it's impossible for illness to exist inside of a body that has perfect, harmonious thoughts living inside of it. Unhappy and negative thoughts are the root cause of disease, unhappiness, and poverty in the world. You just need to affirm to yourself daily, I think perfect thoughts. I see only perfection. I am perfection. So some of you might have heard of Tom Parker from a UK boy band, The Wanted. If you don't know, they're just a boy band. They've been around for about 10 years. They just recently got back together. But last year, he was told that he had stage 4 inoperable terminal brain tumour. Now, Tom has 2 children, both under the age of 3. And recently, he also married his fiancée, Kelsey, as well. And he wasn't happy with the diagnosis that he was given, obviously. And although understandably shaken at first, he vowed that he was going to beat his diagnosis for the sake of his family. And then he started doing like TV interviews, like Telling All, and he even started doing charity appearances on things like Channel 4's Stand Up to Cancer. They did like a little gig on there, for example. And he said he did this, and he got back with his bandmates to put that smile back on his face. They recently announced a tour for next year, despite him only being given another few months to live. And he said that this gave him purpose, hope, and faith to pull through. He put all of his focus, therefore, on getting better. He was laughing all the time with his friends and family and rehearsing for the new tour. Now, it was just a couple of weeks ago that Tom announced that his tumour was no longer classed as terminal, and he is now in a stable condition. He is beating the cancer. Isn't that just credible? Like, all from having a positive outlook, having some faith in the future, and enhancing his positivity through laughter. He pulled through. He's now beaten cancer. Some people have even had the belief that our bodies aging and aching more as we get older is all to do with what we are conditioned to believe in. As I've mentioned, science explains that we basically have a new body in a short amount of time. So we need to release thoughts of aging from our consciousness and just know that our body is simply months old. So next time it's your birthday, don't light 40 candles on your cake unless you want to summon aging upon yourself. Just wish yourself a happy birthday and think of it as the start of a new year. You can think your way to a perfect state of health. The perfect body, the perfect weight, and ultimately eternal youth, all through your consistent thinking and perfection. If you're given a diagnosis and you're focusing on it, you're talking to people about it, you're just going to create more disease cells within your body. Let the doctor that you're seeing look after your disease and see yourself living in a perfectly healthy body. Most people after a diagnosis simply start to shut down and they deteriorate really quickly. Why? Because they don't fight. They give up as soon as they're given that diagnosis. My stepdad has COPD. He smoked, I think he started smoking when he was like 12 or 13, so he smoked from a really, really like young age. And I think it was about 10, 15 years ago, he started having really bad breathing difficulties. And as soon as he was diagnosed with COPD, that was it. Like, my mum and my stepdad got a stair lift put in the house to help him up the stairs. Like, he was on oxygen within a matter of weeks. And he just deteriorated, like, out of nowhere. And I honestly think it was because he just had no purpose in his life. Like, he quit work, like, retired straight away and stuff like that. He took early retirement. And it was just like he'd almost give up. And now he's just absolutely bedbound, and he's been bedbound for years. And it's a horrible thing to say, but he's literally waiting to die. And he can't breathe. He's got no quality of life. He's on constant oxygen. He lies there and watches TV in bed all day, every day. My mum's his main carer. And that's because he didn't have the fight in him. He is quite a negative person, and his body just basically shut down. So I often suffer from painful bouts of sciatica. And I think I first suffered from it when I was about 18, 19-year-old, which is quite young, but nevertheless, I suffered this for probably every single month for about 10 whole years, and it had such a massive impact on my life. Like, I would be walking along shopping, and all of a sudden, I would just drop to my knees in pain and not be able to get back up off the floor. My friends would be like looking at me like, what the fuck, Martin? But there was even one time I just stood up from being sat on the couch in one of our old houses, and I felt at the floor in excruciating pain, and I couldn't move without feeling as though it felt like someone had a knife in my back and they were twisting it round every time I moved. Now, I started shouting for help as I was home alone. Luckily, one of my neighbours went past the window walking a dog, and I shouted for help, and she was just waving back at me. She thought I was just waving at her. But anyway, I managed to get her attention, and like, she came by and she picked us up off the floor. She rang for an ambulance. It was a horrible thing to live with. Like, it even stopped me from going to the gym. It stopped us from going for big long walks in case it happens whilst I was like far from home. It had such a massive impact on my life. So when I started getting into the law of attraction and The Secret and all of this, I suddenly clicked and realised that all of this was happening because I was constantly reaffirming to myself that it happens monthly. That I'm constantly crippled with agonising pain, like when it does happen, and that I can't do anything for fear of it flaring up. And I used to talk to everyone about it. I'd let people at work know about it. I'd tell me family and friends that I couldn't do certain activities in case it happened during it. I was thinking about it all of the time and verbalising my thoughts on a daily basis. The law of attraction taught us not to talk about it unless I wanted to manifest more of it. So I started affirming to myself daily things like, I am pain-free. I feel so good that I am able to move around freely and without pain, and really actually feel those words. It's like if someone asks you how you're feeling and you're not feeling great, just be grateful that they've given your cue to think like the thoughts of feeling well. You've just got to fake it until you make it. If you're sitting around listening to people talk about illness constantly, you're inviting illness into your life. This might just be coincidence, but the majority of my back problems occurred whilst I was working in rheumatology. So rheumatology is a department in a hospital that looks at musculoskeletal issues, and that was exactly what I contracted. When I moved to gastroenterology, for example, looking at the tummy and things like that, I developed irritable bowel disease. And then when I moved into dental, I started having real issues with my teeth. Like, to you that might sound like coincidence, but looking back on it, I truly believe that these issues were occurring with me because I was constantly listening to patients talking about their own illnesses, and I was taking that home with me, and that was in my head all night, and therefore I was inviting these illnesses into my life. I was giving all of my attention and focus to illness during my working day, and when you do that, you're basically asking for it. Like, I was adding energy to these illnesses. No matter what you've manifested in regards to your body, you can always change it. You just need to start thinking happy thoughts and start being happy with yourself now. You don't have to fight as such to get rid of disease for your body. You just need to let go of all negative thoughts, and that'll allow your natural state of health to emerge from within you, and your body will heal itself. I know I've spoken in the past about frequencies as well, and how everything in the universe has a frequency. So with that in mind, all you have to do is change your frequency or create an opposite frequency to get rid of that illness. It's really that simple. If you constantly affirm to yourself some healthy affirmations on a daily basis, it will be impossible for you to get ill. Okay? If you truly believe your own words, illness will not be able to enter your body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap after I say each one of these affirmations, and that'll give you room enough to repeat these after me. And I do apologise if you can hear digging. I am living in the middle of a building site. There are work coming right outside my window, and I do apologise if you can hear any digging or building in the silences. But I'm going to leave a silence, like I say, and just repeat after me. And these are 10 affirmations for you to repeat on a daily basis. You can do it 2-3 times a day for a week, and you'll feel so much better. I am healthy, happy, and radiant. I appreciate and love my body. The older I get, the healthier I become. I radiate good health. My sleep is relaxed and refreshing. My body is healed, restored, and filled with energy. My body maintains its ideal weight and health. Every day, in every way, I am becoming better and better. I am healthy and happy. I love and care for my body, and it cares for me. So when you relay these back to yourself, attach positive emotions to your positive affirmations. Think about how achieving your goal will make you feel, and think about how good it feels to know that you are healthy. If you find yourself simply just parroting and repeating them words and the positive affirmations, instead of concentrating on their actual meaning, change them up, tailor them to your own health goals. I hope that's helped out everyone that's messaged in with health-related issues this week. Like I say, medical advice should always be sought, but if you're dealing with something that's internal, go to a doctor, get them to sort out the pain, and you can deal with the rest and let your body do its own healing, okay? And I hope that has helped. If you have anything that you'd like me to talk about in the new year, can't believe I'm saying this, in 2022, let us know. You can DM me at Canny Crystals on TikTok or Instagram, or on my personal at Mark Tweedy. All links are in the show notes. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for this past year. So obviously I started Canny Crystals on my birthday on the 30th of March. And I just want to say to everyone that's ordered from me, everyone that's gone on and liked my TikToks, everyone that's just even sent messages saying how much they love the shop and things like that. To everyone that's ordered and repeat customers over and over again, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you. Whether you've even just only discovered this podcast recently, which I know a few of you have been messaging saying you've only just discovered this within the last week or so, I just want to say thank you, because I truly do appreciate every single one of you. And 2022 is going to be an incredible year. I hope that you all have an amazing, fun-filled break with plenty of laughter, joy and happiness. And I'll see you all again in the new year. Merry Christmas, everyone. Stay safe and lots of love. Bye. Come and join me in the Manifest with Mark community. For just £10 a month, you'll get exclusive access to my app and you'll join all the other beautiful souls in the Canny community, where each day you'll be held accountable to making your dreams and desires come to fruition. You'll also be set daily and weekly challenges, there's a chat room built in so you can talk to people in real time, and you can also pop over any questions that you have in the Q&A forum and I'll answer them for you. It's changing people's lives, and we've already had so many people manifesting things in the first 2 weeks alone. Each new moon, I'll also be going live within the group on a face-to-face video to help you get the most out of the lunar cycles, as well as answer any burning questions that you have. And these live meetups are so powerful, and everyone in the group has had nothing but praise for the safe space that we share. There are very limited spaces for this community, however, just to ensure that I can place my focus on you and nurture you into the ultimate manifester. So if you'd like a spot, please be quick and reserve your seat now. Head to cannycrystalsacademy.co.uk and choose the Manifest with Mart option, where you can get instant access, and what's more, you'll also get access to all of the past recordings and chats too. Join now and start living the life of your dreams.